Hello everyone and welcome back to Warhammer Quest Cursed City, our second adventure into the doomed city of Ulfenkarn, and today we're going to try our first deliverance journey type, mission type, whatever you want to call it. So we'll go over the details of that in a second. First of all, a couple of corrections from the first episode, the biggest of which being I totally forgot to do any vitality rolls, no, inspiration rolls. Literally did zero. You're supposed to roll after a character's turn to see if they roll equal to or under the number of wounds that they did in that turn, and if you do, you get a free inspiration point. So I was making it harder on myself. I did the exact same thing in Blackstone Fortress, honestly. I kept on forgetting. I'm probably still going to forget going forwards, but to make sure that it's covered here as something that was forgotten. Yes, it was forgotten entirely, didn't do a single one. We'll try and remember going forwards. It was exactly the same in Blackstone Fortress, I just forgot. It's simple as that. The other thing, the sword that Barden picked up as part of an event does count as a carried item, and as did the... I think he had the Vengeful Mirror, which I have here. I've given that to a different character rather than just toss it, so now our Vampire Hunter has it. But yeah, he shouldn't have been able to hold both, he should have just discarded, because I don't think he can trade. But other than that, it was basically fine. Spawning was done correctly, etc. But Deliverance Journeys do not have the same rule set as hunts. So the way this works is there is a suffocating gravetide indicated by this marker that eats the level, and the level is randomly generated by drawing cards from this deck here. You start by drawing 2, and our goal, besides outrunning the gravetide, which will start moving after 2 free turns, is to warn citizens of Ulfenkarn that a flesh-eating spell is coming through the streets and get out of here. And only certain cards have people on them. They're marked on the card, as are combats and mysterious objectives, etc. So this is very much like classic Warhammer Quest. You generate the map as you go. So we win if we warn 8 groups of civilians to escape the gravetide. And there's a specific crisis table for this mission type, which I guess I can bring a bit closer. So that's what this is. And also if it turns to night, there's certain objectives you can only do at night. What else is there? Consequences, we'll worry about that if we win, as with victory conditions. But yeah, the gravetide just eats the level as we go, and we'll talk about map generation as we do it. So I can get this set up for us to begin, because we are just starting there with the gravetide coming after us. Draw 2 cards. So the first card and the second card. 2 blue tiles. The red markers on the card indicate mysterious objectives, spawn points for enemies, and also lootables. If it has that icon in the top left, which is hopefully in focus, that means there is civilians that can be warned, and that's how many groups of enemies there is. So there's 2 groups of enemies in the first square. You can position them however you like, but the exit to the next part is always at the furthest away possible door point. The other one does not have civilians, it has 1 combat group and 1 mysterious objective. So I need to quickly draw 3 monster cards so I can get this set up. First one, 2 Ulfenwatch because we're still level 0. Second group in the same square, Watch Captain Halgrim, well they go together, and then in the other square it's going to be a Verko's Bloodborne. I don't know if I should be happy about that or not, but I'll get all this set up. So there we have it, it is set up, and again I can orientate the squares however I like, but the exit has to be as far away as possible. So we have the 2 Ulfenwatch, we have Halgrim, and then over down here we have the Bloodborne, and the mysterious markers are there to potentially loot from, as well as respawn portals if it comes to that. We have 2 free turns until the... Oh, well, first of all we also move... Well, actually no. It will arrive on the next turn, and then it will devour the first square where we came in right after that. So our destiny dice for the first turn, we lose 2 doos, but we keep a 1, 3, and a 4. To search a marker is a 4+. To warn the people hiding, we need a 6, which our Carillion just got, along with... Actually, she got 2 4s and 2 6s. That's a really good initial roll. However, you can't warn the citizens of Ulfenkarn if there's any enemies on the tile. So the tile is this and this in this case. So we have to kill Halgrim and his 2 watchmen, and then someone can spend a 6 to... Oh, wow. 3 1s and a 5 for our Salt Spire, the Vampire Hunter. And then our Captain Imelda. Oh, I haven't drawn initiative yet, but we'll do that as well. Oh, that was a 1. 1, 1, 3, 6. And then Barden, our dwarf, who's still carrying that weird crimson blade. 6, 6, 1, 1. Wow. What a weird initial roll for all these characters. Oh, if we finish this mission, they will all become veterans as well, which means 1 more mission after that. they will level up. So, our initiative order, it's already shuffled. First is Hostile Group 4, which does not exist yet, so it's getting discarded for now. That is, reminding myself again, that is Imelda going first. Then it will be, that is Carillion. That's bad, oh no, because Barden has a 6 to spend as well, as long as somebody has a 6 to spend. Hostile Group 1, so that's the 2 Ulfenwatch. That is our Dwarf. And then Hostile Group 2, so that is Watch Captain Halgrim. And then Hostile Group 3, so that's the Wolf, why do I keep on wanting to call them Wolfborn? You know why? Because I've been playing Resident Evil 8. And then last is Saltspire. Okay, well we can just jump straight in. If I come back over this side of the table, we know that Imelda goes first. We have 3 Destiny Dice. She's going to spend the 1 off of the 3 Destiny Dice to move. 1, 2. And she's immediately going to try and murder both those Ulfenwatch by spending the 6 she has, because she's not going to need it to warn anyone, to do a death blow. So she gets a free attack against 2 enemies. They can be in the same square. First one. How much does this do? 2 damage. A normal Ulfenwatch has 2 health. Oh wait, no, but one's the sergeant. I didn't say which one she was attacking. I was going to say dictate. I guess we'll say that was on the normal one because I didn't specify. This one will be on the sergeant. And it was a miss either way, and it also rolled off screen. But she did kill the standard bearer. So he's gone. I'll put that on his card because that's actually what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to put them on the card on the timeline because then you know to take them away to replace them. In that case, she'll spend 1 of her 1s to do a basic attack on the sergeant. That roll off the camera again, it did. It was a crit that time, which is 4 damage. Is it 4? Yeah, 4 damage. And I'm using the actual sergeant this time as well. So that is that card murderized. Now, what else does she want to do? She probably wants to hurt Halgrim. So she has a 1 and a 3 left. She'll do a move followed by a basic attack. But she'll come around this way to go 1, 2. She moves 3 for a normal move. So she'll just have to move there. She would have to stop anyway. And then a basic attack against Halgrim. She hit him for 2 of his... How many wounds does he have again? 2 of his 7 wounds. Let me just grab 2 wound markers real quick. 2 of his 7. Done. Now, let's see, who would be next? Carillion would be next. So because she's up to the wall there, she can apparently see the entire tile, and that's how it works, which is a bit weird. I kind of prefer how I did it, honestly. Which means she can see Halgrim, I guess. She'll spend the 3 off the Destiny board, which leaves a 4. To go 1, 2. There's a chance for her... Oh! I almost forgot. Inspiration roll. Imelda did 5, 6, 7 wounds. She got an inspiration point. I will add that in a second. So Carillion will fire her arrow into Halgrim's face, which is double d8. She got a crit, which is with her Winter's Call 3, which puts him at 5 wounds of his 7. So if I want her to get a free inspiration point, she'll have to run them into the ground. But I'll need to do 2 of them. Oh no, as long as the enemy's been wounded by the arrow. So she can try for it. She'll spend the 4 off the Destiny board, so that's all the Destiny dice gone, to try and stab. No, she'll spend her 4 to do the same. She got a crit, but with her sword that's still 1 damage, so that would be 5, 6 of his 7 wounds. She'll spend 1 of her 6s. Or wait, did she just spend that? No, she has 1 6 left. She got the crit and killed him. No points or anything, but that does mean that she gets an inspiration point as well because she killed someone with a Elven Blade attack after she shot an arrow at them. And Hunter's Grace, which is the thing I missed last time. Each time an Elven Blade weapon action made by this hero slays a hostile, plays an activation dice with a 1 score on it on an empty activation slot on this character card. She will spend her 6 to warn the people in this square that they're about to be devoured by a Gravetide, so that scores us 1 point. And then the free 1 she just got, she will move, and she'll just walk 3. To go 1, 2, 3. Wait, she probably doesn't want to stand at that door. There. She'll move there to be out the way. Alright, let me look at those inspiration points, and I'll also need to double check what happens if we're still on a tile but a hostile group has been wiped out in this mission type. Alright, I have the rulebook page open, but first of all, I of course again forgot the inspiration roll for Carillion's kills. 5 is not enough. She did 4, I think, to Halgrim. So I'm looking at page 39 of the rulebook. When a hostile group is driven off, the leader does not draw a new encounter card. This is specifically for deliverance missions, incidentally. And place it in the combat track. During the deliverance journeys, fresh hostiles are added to the battlefield only as heroes add new board tiles as explained above. So because we have reached a point where a wiped out hostile group would activate, hostile group 1, we actually just remove their miniatures, so they're gone. We remove their card, put it into the discard pile because we might need to shuffle them back in later. You take their initiative card off as well, and then you move everybody else down 1. And you just go as is. So the next activation in order would be the dwarf. So he is going to spend his 2 1s to move a total of 6. And then he has 2 6s. Oh wait, no, he's going to spend 1 first, sorry. Go 1, 2. Then he's going to spend a 6 to loot, which will give him 2 inspiration points. Now he can't carry anything, but we're looking for Realm Stone. And he will only get inspiration if this is Realm Stone. It is Realm Stone. It is 1 Realm Stone. Shouldn't record in the morning. So he's got 2 inspiration points for that. Then he spent his other 1 to move 3. 1, 2, 3. We need to get out of here. And he will overwatch with his final die, which is a 6. So it goes down to a 5. And then after him it would be Watch Captain Halgrim. He is of course also a very dead, so we remove his miniature from the track, which you can't quite see anyway. We remove his card, goes in the discard pile. You would remove his initiative card as well. The rest move down, so it becomes the Verkos Bloodborne's turn. So we have his AI card right smack dab here. Let's see what he's doing. An 11 is a bloodthirsty charge. Each acting hostile, makes a charge action and reroll failed attacks, and he moves a massive 5. Oof. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He doesn't need to because he's already here. However, Barden's Overwatch will trigger first. So axe attack. He actually crit. Does he ignore the wounds? On a 9+, that is a 6. So he does not. He takes 3 wounds on the way in, which is very nice, but he is going to get his attack. And his attack is also a d12 on poor Barden. He missed, but has rerolls, right? When a bloodthirsty charge, reroll, yeah. So just knock over the mysterious objective. He also missed again, so he did nothing and took wounds on the way in. That's fantastic. Perfect. And then after him to end the turn, it is Saltspire, who has 3 1s and a 5. So he can't really do very much. I think he needs to spend 2 of them to move 6 to get close enough to attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How much wounds does this thing have? 6. So it's at half health. And he gets an inspiration point if he kills a champion. And that is a champion. So he'll spend his 5 for his once per turn judgment. He got a crit with it, which is 4, so that's already enough if he doesn't ignore it. He does not ignore it on a 3, so that is 3 of his remaining wounds gone. And that card will get removed in the second, or next turn really, as well. Does he inspire? He does not. Well, actually, sorry, he does get 1 free inspiration point, but he doesn't get 1 for the wounds. So that is turn. We still have to do an event phase. I don't think... No, Deliverance Journeys don't have a special event table, so we just roll on the normal one. That's an 11, which is Inspiring Effort. The leader picks a hero. That hero gains 1 inspiration point. I'm going to give it to Barden, because then he immediately is going to spend his 3 inspiration points, because he got 2 for having the Realm Stone he just found, which means we get to inspire him. So I'll quickly take the stuff off his card so I can show you what happens when that occurs, including the red blade that he's holding. So he is fully inspired. He spent 3. You flip his card over and see what his stats change. Let's see what does change. He gets double d12 for his basic axe attack. He also gets a vault of... Oh, he can keep 3 treasure cards instead of 1. That's a new one. And Keen Eye, is that new attack? Oh yeah, Keen Eye is new. Each time this hero draws a discovery card, draw 2 and pick 1. The other card is placed on the bottom of the discovery deck. He becomes even better at looting and he's more consistent with his axe damage. That's really good. As far as I'm aware, there's no way to stay inspired in this between missions like there was in Blackstone. I could be wrong, but still, that's really good. So he gets to hold on to more items and he gets to kind of pick and choose when he loots something. Oh, I did also already loot that mysterious objective, speaking of which, but that was the end of turn, so we move on to the next one. So the first thing that happens in this turn is that we move the turn timer towards night again, and the suffocating Gravetide appears where we were, and that will devour that and move on in the next turn. But there's no enemies to worry about. There's one objective. The other tile we drew does not have any civilians on it though, so there's no opportunity to score anything, which is unfortunate. The only cards in the initiative deck are mine. So if we do draw a new enemy type, it just gets put at the next available space in deliverance type missions. So the dwarf is going first this time, which is perfect because he's going to loot and make use of his inspire rolls. Then Carillion, and then Saltspire, and then finally, obviously, Captain Imelda. We'll quickly roll our Destiny dice for the turn. We lose the 1s. We keep a 2, 4, 6. Who do we appreciate? And then we roll some activation dice. This is Carillion's 2, 3, 4, 5. And then Saltspire, wow, 4, 5, 6, 6. And I just realised that was slightly out of camera again because I'm slightly zoomed in. I expected to come down this way. We're still probably going to have to come round here though to make this fit in the space. So that is a 1, 2, 4, 5 for Imelda. We're just moving. It's a 4+ to search new maps, and you draw 2 tiles when we search to put them down. 1, 3, 4, 6 for Barden, and it is Barden's turn, so he will immediately spend a 2 off the Destiny board, and he will move 3. He moves 3 regardless, so 1, 2, 3. He'll spend his own 1 to move 3 again. 1, 2, 3. Oh, looky here. Let's spend a 4 to look at that marker. So let me just double check here. His Vault of Endless Endeavours, his hero can keep 3 treasure cards. Keen Eye, each time you would draw a discovery card, which is now, you draw 2, pick 1, put the other on the bottom. Okay, first one is 2 Realmstone. Third one is 3 Realmstone. And by third, I mean second. Obviously taking that, the 2 goes on the bottom. Presumably he'll still get inspiration points, I guess. So yeah, he'll get 2 inspiration points, and he has, at this point, enough money to definitely buy himself an upgrade. You can keep as much money in your person as you want instantly. It's just items that usually you're only allowed 1. He has 2 dice left. I don't want him to be the one to check. I want it to be Imelda because she's last. So he'll just move into position. He'll just be right there. He could have searched it and started exploring already, but I want this turn to kind of let the other people catch up. So on that note, Carillion, she'll just spend like 2 of her 3+ to move 10. 1, 2, 3, more than enough to get over there. This is going to be a quick turn. And then Saltspire, do exactly the same. You'll spend 2 dice to move 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because we need to save room for Imelda, who is going last. Now the only thing I just realised, if I do this at the end of a turn, the enemies get to act and I don't get to do anything. So really I don't want to search at the end of the turn, I want to search at the top of the next one. So we'll spend enough dice for Imelda to move 6 plus 4, more than enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to move her there so that whoever gets first activation on the next turn will just get to open the door. And that way there's a chance, well, the enemies will definitely go after me, but I get to have my turn first. So we are going to go into the end phase of this turn, which means we need an end of turn event. A 10, is that the same one? Born a Hero, free recuperate. We don't need to do that, we haven't been hurt yet, thankfully. So just on to the next turn, I'll do this now before doing a quick break. This tile gets devoured, the Gravetide moves on, and he is now bearing down on that square, and any civilians that had been left there are now dead. So for this next turn, timer still moves on towards night because that's always ticking. We draw our initiative cards real quick. I put them in my hand, it doesn't matter because we know it's just my guys. So it's going to be Saltspire opening the door, so it's a good job I left that space. Then Carillion goes, and then Barden goes, and then finally, obviously, Imelda. But we do need to get the door open, so let's see if we can get some Destiny dice to help us out. We lose 2 6s, which always hurts. We lose 2 1s. We keep a 3, so that means this is going to be a bad turn. Carillian's dice. 1 2 2 6. She's got a 6. That's always good. Oop, I accidentally knocked that. 1 2 2 6, and then we have Saltspire's dice. 2 3 2 6. Imelda's dice. Oh, he's going to need to... Wait, no, he can't do it. Oh no, he's got a 6, it's fine, because you need a 4+ to open up a door. 5 6 1 2 for Imelda. And then for the Inspired Barden, wow, 4 4 5 5. I'm rolling high today. Makes a change. So I do need to obviously get more tiles, so I'll have to do a break mid-turn, but our Saltspire Vampire Hunter will have to move first, so he'll spend a 2 to move and then spend his 6 to search, so he only has 2 activation dice left. This opens and we get 2 new squares drawn from the deck. Another blue one. Only combat, no civilians. That's unfortunate. It's also exceptionally similar to the one we already drew. And then the other square, because you draw 2 at once. There's people. Okay, there's people. There's 1 combat group, so we need combat groups for both these. The new combat group 1 is 3 corpse rats, and the new combat group 2 is 3 Ulfenwatch. So I'll get that set up. I'll probably move everything a bit to the side, and we'll be back. So we're set up with the enemies. However, I had to draw a new exploration card for the first tile because it was literally the same tile as the one they're currently on, so I can't repurpose it, and there's only 1 in the box. So I drew another one. It's a larger kind of garden area. The rats are still the combat group on it, but this one does in fact have some civilians to warn, as does the tiny hallway with the 3 Ulfenwatch in it as well. So Jensen, no, not Jelson, his name is Saltspire. He has 2 dice left plus 1 potential Destiny die. He'll spend a 2 to move into the room. Right there. And he shall cut this rat down to size with his Ardent Blade, which is a D12. I'll get these out of the way as well. He critted and killed the normal rat. In fact, he would have killed the larger one with that as well. So that is gone. And the Destiny dice is only a 3, so he can't shoot with it. He can't. Yeah, he'll just end there, I think. Yeah, he will. So after him, it goes to Carillian. She shall move 3. 1, 2. And the normal rats only have 2 wounds. She'll shoot an arrow into the rat at point blank. She killed it. And then it just leaves the big rat who makes all the rules. I'm hoping, incidentally, again, to come down here so it's a bit closer, but it's luck of the draw. I'm presuming she can see through the serious objective, so she will shoot at it, and we're hoping for a crit. Ah, she got a miss. She'll spend the 3 off the Destiny board. That's all the Destiny dice for the turn gone. Get a crit, lady. Ah. She has a 6 left over, but I wanted to use that to warn the civilians while the tile was empty, if the big rat died, which it didn't. She'll spend it to shoot the rat, I guess. Imelda's got a 6. She missed 3 times in a row on the 2 d8s, which the creators of this game think are better than a single d12. Which I guess they must be, but not in this instance. Alright, Barden next. He will spend a 4 of his 2 4s to move 3. 1, 2. And he, now with his double d12s, will cut this rat down to size. Oh, inspiration roll for Carillian, nowhere close. Thank you, Barden. Somebody can kill the big rat that makes all the rules, and he could loot. He will loot. He's going to be the richest dwarf in Christendom. So this mysterious objective goes away. I had to come over this side. We draw 2 and pick Vial of Concentrated Potency or Ashes of Akushi. What do these do? When this treasure card is used, choose 1 Deadwalker zombie. No, it stuns zombies. And what does the Concentrated Potency do? Increase the damage of the next melee weapon attack damage you do by +1/+2. So again, let me just read. Vault of Mercantile Endeavours, you can keep 3 treasure cards instead of 1. And this is a treasure card. So I will keep the Concentrated Potency and discard, oh sorry, not discard, put on the bottom of the Discovery deck, the other one. That leaves him with 2 5s. He'll move and he'll fire his harpoon gun to try and draw in an enemy. Wait, no, because if he draws it onto the tile, we won't be able to help the civilians. The draw in is optional. You can pick, yeah, it's optional. 1, 2, 3. So again, he's adjacent so you can see. And he'll shoot at the banner, and it's just a single D12, which he just killed. Because the banner buffs them, so that's why I wanted rid of that one. So they are gone, the rats are gone. It goes over to Imelda. She will immediately spend her 6 to warn the civilians to get out of here, so that is her second of the 8 points required. She'll move up 3 by spending a 1. Oh sorry, she did that first. 1, 2, 3. It would help if she was on the tile. I forgot she wasn't. So now she's warned them. Then she'll spend a 5 to move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then she'll use her last die to strike the Ulfenwatch Sergeant, which is a single D12. She would need a crit to kill him. Single hit, it's 2 wounds, but he has 3, so he lived. Oh, did Barden inspire, not expire? 4. How many rats did he kill? I think he inspired again, so he's up to 3 points. Not that he needs them, because he is inspired. So, we're over in the top right of the board a bit more now. Can I do in-camera editing? We'll just shift, we'll shift over here a little bit, because the enemies get to go. Hostile Group 1 is the rats, so they're just gone. So just remove their card, it's gone. Hostile Group 2 though, is still alive. They're not under half strength, so they don't run, attack and run. So we just go straight to what they're doing, which is a 6. That is a charge. They can't get any closer, but they can fit in the same space because they're tiny. So they're both going to attack Imelda, and I believe the Sergeant is alive. Does he do anything special? No, just the banner does. He has 1 more wound, but that doesn't matter here. Double D6 then, the Sergeant into Imelda. Nope. The other guy into Imelda, he critted. How much did he do on a crit? 2 damage? It's not too bad. D8 for defense. She actually didn't block it, unfortunately. So Imelda takes 2 damage, so a wound goes to a grievous wound. Which is a little annoying, but could be worse. And that is turn. So the Gravetide moves up again now, I believe. Well, technically when we roll over, but you know. And we also get the event. 11, is that the same one again? No, I've rolled 11, 10, 11. So that's an inspiration point. Let's see. Who should I give that to? Who's closest? I'll give it to Imelda. So Imelda will go to 2. Like, she and Saltspire are both on 1, but I want her to inspire because hopefully she'll get more killy. And yeah, this tile over here. The Gravetide moves on. That tile is devoured. And we must continue running away. Alright, new turn. Turn timer moved up. Destiny dice rolling. I have my initiative cards in my hand. We lose. Oh, we only have a 4. That's 2 bad rolls for Destiny dice in a row. Initiative deck. It will be Carillion going first. Then Imelda. Then the enemy group that's surviving. Ulfenwatch, who are still not below half health. Then Saltspire, and then Barden last. Which is fine. We need to explore new tiles this turn, and we do. Oh, we need to see if anyone has a 6 because we need to warn people in this square. Oh, there you go. Carillion has a 6, and then Saltspire. He also has a 6, which is excellent. And then Imelda, she only rolls 3 dice because she is wounded. She's not doing so hot. 1, 2, 3. First bad roll of the game, I think. And Barden, wow, 4, 5, 5, 5. No 6s, but that's okay. So it is Carillion going first, and oh, I forgot to clean that up. She'll spend 1 to move 3, and go 1, 2, 3. Now technically to see into that square she would need to move again. She'll spend her 4, I guess, so that she can go here, and then because she's adjacent I believe that means the rules as written. she can shoot in, so she'll spend the 4 off the destiny board to shoot an arrow at the wounded sergeant, kills him, so he's gone because that was his last wound. And then she will spend her it's going to have to be Salt Spire with Warrens, because she's going to spend her 5 to shoot the other one, kill it. That was the next step. But then she has a 6 left, but she's not in the square, so she's spending the 6 to move 5 to go well over here, because we might have to search these squares this turn. Ideally I don't want to, but so next would be Imelda. She will move and then do 2 vit rolls, so she'll just move over here. Her vit rolls are a d8. Nope. Wow. Nothing else she can do. So she's fine. It would be the enemies, they're gone, so that card is removed, as is the models, etc. Then it would be Saltspire, and he's the one who needs to warn. He'll spend a 2 and a 4 to move 7, 5, 6 actually. He will spend his 6 to warn, and he will spend his 5 to loot. So we're up to 3 of 8. This is gone, and finally he gets a bit of loot, and he has found 1 realm stone. Actually I forgot he's holding on to the Vengeful Mirror, so he wouldn't have been able to hold anything else, so it's just as well it was realm stone. And as a truck goes past my window, we move on very quickly to Barden, he'll just move in. 1, 2, 3, right there. It's a very cramped room, but that's good enough. We do end of turn event. 10, is that? It's been 11, 11, 10, 11, and then a 10. Yeah, that's a free recuperate action, so we'll try it on Imelda. I'm having no luck with the d8s today. Fair enough. Well, Gravetide, do your thing. I like to imagine that he's making the like waka waka noise that Pac-Man makes. So it's slowly catching up. We're definitely going to have to open up that door next turn. Now if you're thinking to yourself, he forgot inspiration rolls again, you're 100% correct, I did. Either way, Destiny Dice. We keep all of them. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. This could be a very, very good turn. We obviously have to search, but that's okay. Well, as long as at least one person has a 4, we can search. And Imelda can do a free gambit if she needs to. Speaking of which, Imelda's 3 dice, because despite 3 attempts to heal herself, she hasn't even stopped it being a Grievous. And then 4 for Barden. 3, 4, 5, 6. I actually forgot to shuffle initiative cards, although it's literally just these characters in it there. So shuffle, 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 and draw. Okay, well that will be Imelda doing the thing, and then Carillion, and then Saltspire, and then Barden. Begin turn. Okay, so we will immediately spend a 1 followed by a 4 off the Destiny board for Imelda to go 1, crack open this door, and that means we have to draw 2 new exploration cards. So the first one, combat but no people, that sucks. And then the next one, combat but no people. Oh wait, no combat, literal empty room. Oh wait, no, there is a combat. I'm blind. There's no mysterious objective, so I guess that means they come out the realm portal. Alright, let's get this set up, but first we need to know what the combat is. This room, Hostile Group 1 is now 3 bats. Hostile Group 2 is 3 dead walker zombies. Alright, they are set up. We're working our way down towards the camera. Zombies there, bats there. Imelda's activation, she still has 2 dice left, plus a bunch of Destiny dice she could potentially use. She'll spend the 1 off the Destiny board, which I have to stretch across for, apologies, to move in, and then she will spend the 6 off the Destiny board to do a death blow against the big bat and the little bat. So this will be against the little bat, nothing, against the big bat. That was going to be a crit, but thankfully it rolled back to 1 enemy. How much do the big bats have again? 4, because it's normally 3. So she killed the big bat, and it's 3 wounds, which is great. She'll spend her 3 to try and kill the little bat swarm on there as well. She did. She's only got a 5 left, and I don't think she's going to get close enough to do anything. She's still got an item on her. She'll do a vit roll. Come on, how many of these can I possibly fail in a roll? Well, as it turns out, more than I thought, so that's her turn. Carillion will activate. She will spend a 1 to move 3. 1, 2, 3. She will fire an arrow into the bat swarm. Got a crit for 3 damage, so she actually killed. Oh, inspiration roll for Imelda, not that she particularly. Well, actually, she does want it. A 9. She did not do 9. Either way, Carillion has murderized this bat, so they are now already off the table. There's no civilians in this square at all, annoyingly. She'll spend the 2 off the destiny board to move up to the door here, and then she'll shoot at the closest zombie with an arrow. She got a normal hit, which is just 1 wound, and they have 2 each? 3 each. So it takes 1 wound right there. She'll spend her 5, which is our last die, to do the same again. She got a crit for 3, so that is 4 in total. That zombie goes down. There's still a 5 on the destiny board, but I think she's just going to wait. Yeah, she's going to wait. So after her Salt Spire, he is spending a 3 and a 5 to move 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's getting right in there, and he's spending his other 5 on a judgment on one of the zombies. I've been forgetting his free stake attacks, although you have to land a hit, which apparently he can't do. He'll spend his 2 to use his sword against one of the zombies, which is a d12. He crits it for 3, which is enough to kill one. Unfortunately, one of them has lived, though. He'll spend the last destiny die. He'll spend the 5 to try and kill the zombie. Needs a crit. Hey, surprised he got it. Does he get an inspiration point? No, he does not. That's fine. He actually did pretty well. Now, Barn will activate. The zombies and bats are dead, so it doesn't matter. He doesn't really need to loot. I want him to I want to see if he can run all the way down here and actually just explore 2 more tiles immediately. So he only ever moves 3, but he needs a 4+. So if he spends 3 dice, that's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's literally 1 too far away. And I spent all the destiny dice, so I can't do it this turn. That's annoying. He'll spend his 6 to just move even closer to the door, which is just at the bottom of your screen. I'll move the camera again in a second. That sucks, because I wanted to get a little bit of a lead on the Gravetide, because those were pretty easy enemies. I can't do it. Okay, well, end of turn event. I've rolled off screen, but it is an 11. Why am I only rolling 10 and 11s for events? This is a ridiculous... Like, it's literally nothing but 10s and 11s. So that's an inspiration point. I'm going to give it to Imelda, and she's going to inspire. So let's see what changes when Captain Imelda inspires. Sadly, she keeps her wound, but her attack goes to double d8, and her base damage goes up by 1 on a normal hit. Let's see. Vision of Heroism. This hero cannot be stunned or fatigued. Her death blow goes down to a 5 instead of a 6. Okay, that's pretty good. Does any of her rolls improve? Yeah, her defense becomes a d12, so she is more tanky. Excellent. She still has a grievous wound and isn't doing much else, but that's okay. She has become stronger. And the Gravetide, nom 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 nom, is right on her heels. Alright, I've moved everything up a little bit, but this is where it matters because we're obviously doing a search action. Timer moves on. Night is definitely at this rate going to fall before we get enough points. So we have... Oh no, we have 1 destiny die. We kept the 5. Fine. In terms of initiative order, first card is Carillion. That's not so bad because she's fast, and then Salt Spire, that would have been better first, honestly. Imelda, and then Barden, obviously, after that. We want to do a search action, so we need 4s here. 2, 3, 6, 6 for Carillion, which is great. Salt Spire, 1, 2, 3, 6. 3 for Imelda again, because her attempts to heal herself have been embarrassing. 1, 2, 4, and then 4 for Barden, which I'm trying to keep in camera, but I'm zoomed in. 2, 2, 6, 6. What is up with these like bizarrely consistent rolls? So Carillion is going first. She'll spend her 2 to move 3 and go 1, 2, 3. Unfortunately, that's not quite enough. Actually, no, take the 2 back and spend a 3 because that means it's a run, and that gives her 1 more move. She'll spend the 5 off the destiny board, and she shall explore. So I'm going to need to do some more shuffling here in a second. 2 cards. There is civilians. There's 1 combat, and then There is one civilian, but there is 2 combats. Alright, so hostile group, new hostile group 1 is Gorslav the Gravekeeper, that's scary. Hostile group 2, 3 bats again, and then hostile group 3, 3 Dead Walker zombies. I'll get that set up. Alright, here we are, everything is set up. I'm trying to go around in the clockwise circle. Kryllian still has 3 dice left. She will spend her 2 to move into the position at the back corner here, and she will loose an arrow at Gorslav, the Gravekeeper, who has 9 wounds, I think it is. Yeah. Well, that's a big fat nothing. She'll spend her 6, her last die, to do it again. She got a crit, so that is 3 of his 9, so he's a 3rd dead. We want to kill him this turn and call for help ideally, or rather, like, shout for help, whatever. Saltspire's next. He will spend a 3 to move forward with a run move. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he has to stop there, but that's fine because that's what we're doing. We're fighting. He's not going to kill. Well, actually, if he got 2 crits, he would kill him. So I guess we'll spend a 1 to see if he can get a crit first of all. Nope. Well, he will in that case. Do we have someone else with a 6? Yeah, Barden has a 6. He'll spend his 6 then to fire his stake gun, his judgment, at Gorslav. Hits him for 2, and then, oh, does he get a bonus free stake damage? Nope, I've never had that proc once yet, just for the record. So Gorslav is up to 5, and he'll spend his last die on a Ardent Blade. He's got a hit for 2 more damage, so we'll just flip one of them. Gorslav has 2 wounds left, and Imelda's too far back to help because she's got so few dice, I think. She can do a move and a run, which would be 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She can't get close enough. Actually, she has an item. Does this require a dice? The hero can use this card at any time during activation. Okay, she'll spend the 3 dice she has to move a total of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Point blank, she shall use her Screaming Balefire Cask, which does 2 damage, and it kills Gorslav. Oh, forgot about his wounds from before though. Did Imelda inspire on a 3? You can't see it, but she did not. Did Saltspire? Nope. And does... oh, that's it. Oh wait, no, she did some wounds as well, didn't she? She did the 3, but either way I didn't get the roll. So that Balefire Cask is gone, but as is Gorslav. So he will not be getting a turn, which is good, because if anyone gets buried by him and the Gravetide catches up, they're instantly taken out of action. I don't think they're instantly killed, but they're definitely instantly taken out of action. So, now that she's done that, she has no dice, so that's her turn. It goes to Barden, and then the enemies get to go. Barden will move into the square and then spend a 6 to call for help. So 1, 2, 3. Get these out of the way. Him calling for help puts us at 4 points. And that means we are halfway to the requirement. Now he could loot. He could definitely loot. He will loot. He'll loot for his 6 and then Overwatch with his 2, which goes down to a 1. So we draw 2 and pick 1. Vita Elixir, and a trap. I don't think we'll be picking the trap, so that's going on the bottom, and we'll be taking whatever on earth this is. When a treasure card is used, remove 1 disease token. So again, because he's on his flipped side, he can hold 3, I guess. Maybe you do stay inspired. I'm going to have to look into that, because what if you're holding multiple treasures and the mission ends, and you go back to your normal side? Do you just discard the ones you didn't use? That could be it. I don't know. Because it definitely says treasure cards, and these are definitely treasure cards, so you can hold 3 of them. I don't know. Either way, that trap goes away, so we don't need to read it, because that would be scary. And he's overwatching. Hostile Group 1 is Gorslav. He is dead, so that card is gone. And then it goes to Hostile Group 2, which is the 3 corpse rats. 11. Again, I'm rolling nothing but 10s and 11s. Oh, I had the back card, not the rat card. Forgive me, they're very, very similar. There's 1 letter apart. An 11 on the rat card is Death Leap. Each acting hostile makes a charge action, reroll failed attack rolls. After acting corpse rats hostiles, the target hero can make 1 free weapon action that must target them. Okay, so they do a charge and they move 3, so they're definitely getting in. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So they're all in on Barden, but when that first one went in, his Overwatch would trigger. So let's see if he kills it before he even gets the chance. He critted it and did indeed. So he is gone. The other two, however, are doing rerolled failed attacks. So the one at the bottom got a crit already, so that's 2 damage. Barden is D12 defense. No, wait, is he? Yeah, he is. Doesn't matter because he failed. Now, don't they, like... I'm just double checking. I thought they poisoned. A hero that suffers damage from an infected bite is diseased. Well, isn't it good that he just picked up an elixir that heals that, so I don't need to learn what that does? He did, however, take 2 damage, so he's taken a Grievous. And then the last one, it rerolls, and then he gets a free attack back on both, as per the Death Leap. This one killed it, because he's doing 3 damage. Yeah, and that's the little rat. The big rat, however, will live even if he crits. Which he didn't, he missed entirely, so irrelevant. Fine, and then over to the zombies. A 4 on the zombies. Advance. So they just, how much do they move again? They move 2, they are super slow. 1, 2. That's it, that's the turn. So, end of turn event. I didn't roll a 10 or an 11, I rolled a 4, which is probably bad. It's not a crisis, it's the will of the master. The hostile group that's furthest from a hero makes a move action. 1, 2. You know, that's fine, because I need to do a search in that square as well. So, next turn. So, new turn. It's, what, 3 away? No, 4 away from nightfall. I forgot to nom a square. So this gets nommed. I guess we'll just move that as well. The square in the box is gone. The Gravetide consumeth all. Activation dice. We lose the 3 2s, but we keep a 5 and a 6. That might mean we need that 6. Or use that 6 rather to shout for help. Or run for your lives, a soul destroying spell is chasing you. 2, 3, 4, 5 for Carillion, so she doesn't have a free 6. That's a shame. Oh, 1, 1, 2, 3 for Saltspire. 3 dice for Captain Imelda. A 2, 3, 6, that's okay. And then only 3 dice for Barden, who is also diseased, but he'll be immediately curing it, so I don't need to look it up. Sooner or later I will have to, but not yet. So Hostile Group 2 and Hostile Group 3 are still alive, so they are in this initiative deck, which I'm just quickly shuffling because I forgot again. And we draw. Uh-oh. Hostile Group 2 is going first, that's the lone surviving large rat. Then Imelda goes, and then Saltspire, and then Carillion, and then we have our Barden, and then the zombies go last. So unfortunately, the rats go first. Or the rat. Oh, he's below half, so he gets driven off, which means he gets a free attack and then he's removed. So he's just doing a d6 on Barden. Of course you get a hit. Of course you do. Barden, d12 defense. No! How much does their basic damage do? It's 1 damage. So he's got a Grievous, and that now means he's got a normal, so he's going to have to lose one of his activation dice. But then the rat kind of self-destructs because it runs away. So they're gone now. That's bad though, he's going to need to do some vit rolls. Ugh. Alright, well, Imelda's up first. She's got some options. She'll spend her 3 to move 4. 1, actually she'll just spend her 1, because that's or 2 rather, because that's enough to get over there. She'll spend her 6, because we still have a 6 on the Destiny board, to death blow the 2 zombies. First zombie, that was a miss. I know you didn't see it, but it was a miss. So why would I lie about a miss? And then her basic hit got through for 3. How many wounds does a basic zombie have? 3. She killed 1. Not good enough, honestly, because I need past them. She will spend her 3 to attack the last zombie again. That is a normal wound, which is on her inspired side 3, so thankfully she only killed those 2 zombies because she was inspired. And she didn't, well, that would be a 4, so she did actually get an inspiration point. I need to remember to use those, because the people who are already fully inspired, they can just use them for rerolls. She's stuck where she is though, so then it goes to Saltspire. He'll spend a 3 to move 4. He'll spend a 1 to move 3. And then he shall use the 6 off the destiny board to shout for help, which is our 5th point. And now we just need to get up to the door, so we'll just spend another one of his dice to go up there. And he awaits the rest of his team catching up with him. After him is Corellian. She doesn't need to heal, she can spend more than enough dice just to easily like shoot across for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. She won't stand in front of the door because I don't want her going through first. After her it is Barden. He will immediately use that Vita Elixir to cure his disease. So that is now instantly gone. I'm glad I picked it up now. I'm just putting these on the bottom of the loot deck for now, but I'll shuffle it between adventures. He will then... Doesn't he have a heal? No, I thought somebody had a heal. Maybe not. Well, he'll spend the 6 to... Well, it doesn't matter. He'll spend one of his 2 dice to move 3. 1, 2... Oops. Imelda, you're drunk. 3. And he'll spend his other for a vit roll, which for him is a d8. That sucks. He's keeping his wounds. Wait, there's still a 5 on the destiny board, and there's no one else to go. He'll spend that on a vit roll. Are you kidding? You can't see it. It was a blank. Ugh. Alright, well, end of turn, so end of turn event. A 7, that might be something different. That is... Oh no, our time grows short. Move the time forwards 1. Well, that just made it scary, because now it is exactly 3 turns until nightfall. Ugh. And also, waka 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 waka. This gets destroyed. I'll clear it and reposition for the next turn. At the start of a new turn, time ticks forward again. Tick tock, tick tock. Here is our destiny dice. Is there 1 missing there? Oh no, I rolled over there. Unfortunately it was a 6, but there was another 6, so we lose them. Keep a 1, 2 and a 5. Corellian's dice, she's got a 6. And more importantly, she does have a 4. She needs to go first, open the door. Salt Spire. 1, 1, 4, 3. So if he goes first, he can also open the door. Come around this side for Imelda's 3 dice. 1, 3, 5. And then Barden's 2 dice. 4 and a 5. I've already got the initiative deck here in my hand. So it is Salt Spire going first, and then that is Barden, then Corellian, and then Imelda. But we're obviously opening up more tiles, so we're going to see some enemies get incorporated into that. Salt Spire's right at the door. He will spend his 4 and immediately open it. So we're drawing 2 cards. 1 combat, but there is people. Quite a large room. 1 combat, but no people. It's going to become nightfall. This is getting bad. Okay, combat group for that. First square, so the new combat group 1 is more bats. 3 of them. And then the other one, 2 more zombies. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. So we're over here. Salt Spire still has dice left. He'll spend one of his 1s to move into the room and start murdering the bats that are in there. He'll spend the 5 off the destiny board to launch his stake gun into the big bat who makes all the rolls. He got a normal hit on it for 2. Can we make it 3 with this free stake? Never. Never, not once. Not once at all. And the big bat has 3 wounds. He'll do a normal sword strike to try and finish it off. He did. So the big bat is dead at least. And then he has a 3 left. He'll stab the small bat. A normal hit with his sword is 2. So he took out 5 wounds worth of enemies. I'm remembering this time. Did he inspire? No. By 1 he did not. There's still a 2 and a 1 on the board, but I might need those for vit rolls, honestly. And then after him is Barden, the dwarf. Yeah, I think he's going to spend the 1 and the 2 off the board to move 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then he can't go in any further. Well, he could if he spends another die. He's going to spend his 4 to do a vit roll, because I swear I will see a successful vit roll in this video. Finally, he got rid of his Grievous at least. He's still got a normal wound. He's only got a 5 left. He'll just do another vit roll. Just needs a normal success. Got another crit. Okay, he's back to full health. After him is Corellian. She'll spend her 3 to move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then she has to stop. She shall spend her 4 to slay an arrow, shoot an arrow. She missed. She'll fire again for a 1. She needs this to hit. Crit and kill. That's important because her last die is a 6. She's spending it and she is warning people, which is her 6 of 8 points required. 2 more and we're done, but the next tile does not have anyone in it. She has no dice left, so she's done. And then it's to Imelda. She will spend a 3 to move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's no good when our damage dealer / tank is stuck at the back wounded. She'll spend her 1 for a vit roll and she will succeed. She does. She actually got rid of the Grievous. And then she'll spend her 5 to move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. She's finally back at the front line, super strong, just in time for 2 zombies to walk up to her and eat her. Because it is their turn, because hostile group 1 is dead. Zombies are a 10. Impaling Cursed Briar. Each acting hostile makes an advance action. If the hero suffers damage from that advance action, they are trapped. They only move 2 though. 1, 2. They can actually reach. If it was a charge, they would have reached, but not with a normal move action. Because an advance is a move and attack. A charge is a move attack. So that is the turn. So straight to end of turn event. A 2 is probably bad. The will of the master. The enemy that's furthest away makes a move action. Do they get an attack? Nope. So the zombies, it's equidistant, so I get to pick. I'm choosing that they go up there so we can slip past them. And the Gravetide devours another square. At the top of the next turn, it is nightfall and all enemies become much more deadly. I've got the 2 cards in hand, so that is Imelda, Salt Spire, Carillion, Barden, and then the zombies are going last, but they are hopefully long dead by that point. So we need our Destiny dice rolled, let's not forget. We lose 2 1s, but we keep it 2, 4, 6. 4 dice for Carillion, and then 4 dice for Saltspire. Okay, and we're getting 6s here and there, typically when we don't really need them. Back to 4 dice for Imelda. But with it being so close to night, that also means we lose our bonus on the roll for what happens when the mission ends, which is bad. It's less about getting any loot at this point. 1, 1, 4, 6. Yeah, we've got a lot of 6s on the field, so that's good. And Imelda is going first. She shall spend 2 3s to move 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I guess, just to be over there. You know, I forgot the zombies were alive. She just went and walked right past them. Well, she could search and open up the next 2 squares. Well, hang on, she has enough dice left. We'll stop 1 back the way so that she's adjacent to this, because I forgot I used her item. She'll spend her 6 to loot, and she looted. Oh, another trap. When this card is drawn, the hero that made the search must make it either a defense roll or an agility roll. She'll make a defense roll because she's D12 on that. Crit pass. If you fail it, you take 1 damage, then discard this card. The hero can choose to draw another discovery card. What's the chances of it being a trap as well? She found 1 realm stone, that's fine. So, she has 1 left, and she'll move back into position where she was before so that she can charge in next turn. After her, it is Salt Spire. He'll spend his 4 to shoot his gun at one of the zombies. He killed it. Oops. He killed it. Didn't even need to roll for the free stake afterwards. I'm hoping that Carillion or Barden can finish him off, because then he's going to spend a 3 and a 6 to move 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And just end his turn there. And Carillion, how many? They've got 3 wounds. It's an awkward amount of wounds. Okay, she'll just fire an arrow into his face. I was trying to see if there was a way to like tap him with the arrow, then kill him with the sword for a free inspiration, but she critted and killed him. So then she'll spend her 3 and her 5 to move 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She'll loot with her 6 because she can't use it to call for help this turn. Glow Sand Hourglass. When this treasure card is used, move the Nightfall token counterclockwise 1 space, then discard the card. I'm immediately using this. Goodbye, Nightfall. Next turn, I have 1 turn reprieve. That's not enough to win, but at least it means the enemies don't get super strong for 1 more turn. That was a very well-timed draw. And then finally Barden, he's just going to move up, like spend all his dice. He's got more than enough. He's just going to move all the way up with his team. And we have to hope that these next 2 tiles are searchable and that we roll 6s. End of turn event. An 8. Is that a crisis? Oh, are you kidding me? Our time grows short. It just countered the item play. It is still Nightfall next turn. I don't believe it. I actually do not believe it. And then also waka 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 waka, gone. Alright, well, it is now Nightfall. So when we draw some enemy cards, I'll flip them over, show how strong they get. Destiny dice. We lose 2 2s. Oh, but we keep a 1 4 6. Excellent. So there's a 6 on the board if we don't have any in our activation dice. Krillins. 1 2 3 5. Oops. Salt Spires. He's got a 6. Perfect. So that's 2 5 4 6. Imelda. 1 2 2 4. Not very good. And then Barden. 2 3 4 4. Forgot to shuffle the initiative. Again, it is just my character, so it doesn't really matter, especially because Imelda can do a free gambit. We want her to go first. It's Salt Spire. Carillion. Well, Salt Spire can open the door as well, I suppose, but that wastes 1 of his dice. And Barden last. Well, do we keep that order or does she do her free gambit? She doesn't need to spend a dice. I'm thinking who's got the most potential for damage. I think Imelda, because she's on our inspired side, so we're going to keep this order. Salt Spire's activating, he's spending his 4 to explore, and we draw 2 tiles. There is people, 1 combat group. There is people, there is 1 combat group. We win if we do 6 pluses on both these squares. What are the enemies though? We're running out of cards. 3 Ulfenwatch. Kurosagi Nightguard, that's the guys who have 10 wounds, right? Oh, they're going to be scary on their night side. Oh no. So this is it, the final stretch. The Kurosagi Nightguard on their bad side. Oh no, a D12 plus a D8. 4 to 6 damage. Their wounds don't go up at least. Okay. Oh, I didn't realise they have a way to ignore damage to a minimum of 1 as well. That was a mistake in the first battle report. Ulfenwatch. They go to a D12 for damage. Oh wow. Well, that's the relevant cards right there. Let's see, who did we go with? We went with Jansen, he opened the door. He is going to spend a 1 off the Destiny board to walk right on in, diagonally if possible. And he will shoot a stake into the Sergeant. He got a hit. Does he get the bonus stake wound on top? Of course he doesn't. So that's 2 wounds. He'll sword strike him and hits him and kills him because the Sergeant has 3. Then he will spend the 4 off the Destiny board to do a sword strike into the banner. He got a normal hit with his sword, which is 2, and that is still enough. So he's dead. He can't call for help because one of them survived. What else could he do? He can't shoot his gun again either. He'll just move, I guess, for the 6 to get out of the way. He'll move over here. So then after him it's Carillion. She shall spend a 3 to run in. More than enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. She'll shoot an arrow at the Ulfenwatch. She'll shoot an arrow at the Ulfenwatch. Is that enough? No, it's 1 damage. She'll shoot an arrow at the Ulfenwatch. Wait, she has an inspiration point. I'll spend it to reroll. Thank you. I also forgot to do Jensen's inspiration point. Not that it matters at this point. He does get 1. So that puts him at 2. Krillin will then spend the 6 off the Destiny board to search. That is 7. We just need to search this square that has the Kusagi Night Guard in it. No, she has no dice left, so she's done. And then it is Imelda. She will spend a 4 and a 2 to move 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as it turns out, was enough. And then she'll just do 2 sword strikes. So, first one is a crit. Now, what do they roll? Roll on a 9 plus, they reduce it by 1. Nope. So that was, how much damage? 4 damage. Other attack, missed. 4 damage of his 10. Of his mighty 10. And then Barden to end the turn, he'll spend a 2 and a 3 to move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then he'll do 2 sword strikes. So 2 double D12 attacks. First one is just a hit. Is it reduced? It is not. And second one, so it's, oh actually he's just a flat 3 damage. So it's 3 again. 3 again. So that was 6 wounds. Unfortunately though, oh wait, no, hang on. That was 6 more damage. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's actually dead. He got him. That is fantastic news. It means he doesn't get a turn. Bad news is we still need to do another turn because I don't have any 6s on the board. That said though, no enemies are going to spawn, so really we just need to do the end of turn event, which is a 3. Will of the Master, there's no enemies left. Because of the way spawning works in this, nothing will spawn. I guess I should just quickly check to see if I would roll at least 1 6 and say like the Destiny dice. No. Krillian's dice. Yes, okay, so we're going to say that is it. So we end the mission there, and we'll have to go take a look at the Deliverance book now to see what happens. I actually think you have to search a door to put down the escape room as well, but again, there's no enemies and the Gravetide's nowhere near us, so there's no danger. So we're just going to the extraction event. And we succeeded, so we get a +1, but because it was nightfall, we don't get the other +1, which we had last time. So, actually, does that make it a -1? Let's just double check. Let's see, resolve, you get add 1 to the roll if it was successful, add 1, so we just get +1 instead of +2. Nightfall event, or extraction event rather. You can't see it, but that is a 7, so it becomes an 8. An apothecary that is being relocated within the city tends to the hero's wounds. You can reroll the result of the quest dice to determine survival for any heroes who are out of action. In addition, you can check for a potion of coagulated vitality and give it to a hero. Okay. Who's not holding an actual item? Imelda isn't. I will search for that off camera and give her the coagulated vitality. The other consequences, I have to grab the other book for that. The Deliverance book here. If the journey ends while there's at least 1 hero not out of action and at least 8 warn actions were done, which they were, the heroes were successful. If the heroes are successful, they each gain experience, so their silver tokens there. So let's zoom out a little bit so this is easier to show you things. There, it doesn't flip over, but there's gold versions of these, so they will all each get a gold pip now. And that means if they do 1 more mission, they all reach level 1 and we can do the first decapitation mission. What else happens? Influence grows by 1. So the influence will go from 4 up to 5, which means we'll be at 5 fear, 5 influence. We also have to spend our realm stone, and you can pull resources, and we definitely have enough now, because let's see, we've got 1, 2, oops, hit the camera, 6. We can do something with that, so I'm going to look for empowerments to buy. Alright, some shopping has been done, but I also went and double checked the rulebook. Inspired characters, unless otherwise stated, which in this case it doesn't state, do flip back over to their normal side for the next adventure. So, some shopping has been done for weapon upgrades. 4 have been spent on an Aether Sharpened Edge for Barden's Axe. It cost 4, and it adds +1 to your base damage. Nothing to your crit, but +1 to your base. So you slip that underneath the card where it says weapon, because you only have 1 weapon upgrade equipped as well, and that's given to him. The other 2 realm stone the team collected is being spent on a cycle stone alloy, and that is being given to Krillian for her sword, which raises the minimum damage because it's 1-1, it's now 2-1, so it's actually doing less damage on a crit. Although actually, yes, because it only says change the first damage value, so she now wants to land normal hits with her sword, because they'll do more than a crit, and that will help her inspire better. So that is what she's getting. I'm not sure what mission type we'll go on now, because with Fear and Influence perfectly balanced, we could basically do anything, but the other mission type we haven't done, which is Supply, it is a way to get a lot of Realm Stone and whatnot, but it raises both Fear and Influence as well, so we might just do another hunt next time. I don't know, we'll see. That was interesting though, it's an interesting way to play, and definitely more in keeping with like old school Warhammer Quest. Hope you enjoyed, apologies for anything that was done incorrectly, but this was just, it's for fun, it's not a how to play, it's just play and enjoy. But hopefully most things were done correct. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. See you hopefully in another week on Thursday for the next part. Until then, ta-ta for now.